Hi guys, we are Team Alpha.
We are going to discuss the feedback of the Change by Design book by Tim Brown.
Change by Design is a seminal book by Tim Brown, who was the CEO of IDEO, that explores the transformative power of design thinking. The author states that design is no longer just about making things look good, it's about making things work good.
Hi everyone. I am going to share the book review on the topic of the Change by Design by the book Tim Brown. Tim Brown elevates the conversation between the more profound level. Design thinking is the powerful tool for transforming a personal life and a business operation. Coming to the core principle, balancing feasibility. What is technically possible, viability, what is economically sustainable, desirability, what is needed and by the users. Coming to implementing a design thinking, engage your team into a collaborative environment and every member fulfill their opportunity and ideas and feedbacks. Design thinking is the not a buzzword, it's a mindset shift toward the empathy, creating a personality. By adopting this opportunity, you can encourage the solutions. In the 2004, Shinmango, at the Japanese, he is a big owner of the bike company, and the US market it seems like is slowing down, but they have formed a team to the IDEO, and they approached the team to why the 90% of the Americans adults are using the bikes in spite of using cycles as a kids. The reason revealed that expensive gear, complicated and unsafe road, and more curiosity. And this comes to the possibilities to the design thinking, how to overcome from this.
Chapter 5, Tim Brown discusses the shift from passive consumption to active consumption in designs. He empathizes that while having a great idea is important, execution is key to success. Many innovation fail not because of bad products, but also to the problems of innovation itself. Design engages emotions through sensory elements like texture, color, and sound. Tim says that we should build a familiar behavior to encourage people to try to do things, make change easier, creating an experience culture while everyone becomes a design thinker and experienced. Feel personalized and mature. He concludes by stating that every touchpoint of a customer experience must be executed with the precision and thoughtfulness of a true success. In chapter 6, the author says about storytelling, which means designing meaningful narratives. Chapter 6, Tim shifts focus to storytelling, highlights is important in human experience and design thinking. Story helps to give meaning to ideas in designs, they unfold over time. They explain that effective storytelling, much like good ideas, create emotional connections. Sometimes the story itself becomes the product. Tim also mentioned that storytelling is an ongoing process that engages the audience, transforming the passive consumer to active participants. Whether marketing a product or design an experience, compelling story can help communicate the value and distribute the narrative behind the initial interactions, allowing people to carry the story forward. Which means Tim Brown explains that storytelling can be a more important way in explaining content as delivering a product.
The corporation. He clearly explains it with a case study in that Nokia was the dominating mobile company in the early 1990s. It eventually lost its lead to the companies like Apple and Samsung. Nokia began as a pulp and paper company, then it moved to cables, electronics, and then ultimately the mobile phones. As consumer preferences shifted towards services and connectivity over hardware, Nokia attempted a significant change in service-oriented model, but they did it too late. This led to sell the mobile business to the Microsoft in 2014. By this, we can clearly understand that the importance of adapting to changing consumer needs beyond core products and new technologies to achieve long-term profitability. Design thinking has a systematic approach for the innovation, which helps to solve the problems creatively by focusing on people needs. Through design thinking, you can understand the user needs, brainstorming solutions for their problems, and testing and refining the ideas. This approach is flexible and helps to come up with an innovation solution that works in real world. Using design thinking, we can manage innovation portfolio. In managing an innovation portfolio, design thinking helps the company to balance different types of innovations. It ensures a mix of bold, groundbreaking ideas, more predictable projects. This balance helps companies to stay competitive in the world and adapt to changes in the market. Tim Tim Brown also focused on the concept of a new participatory social contract, which is shaped by design thinking. The traditional distinction between buyer and seller market is dissolving as consumer and companies become more interconnected. In the book, the section on Pangaea Organics, which is a case study, it illustrates how design thinking can be applied for the growth while companies are maintaining with the core products. The future of companies shift from product to service orientation, make a direct engagement with people. Now, traditional manufacturers are increasingly adopting the service-centric approach. This change reflects a broader movement toward more human-centered, participatory business models and highlights the importance of understanding and responding to consumer expectation and fulfilling their needs, which helps to
So before reading this book, I personally believe that design thinking is a new concept which was adopted by many of the organizations now. But after reading this book, I have noticed that the design thinking concept was already used in the British Council of Industrial Design for the purpose of economic recovery at the end of World War II. After that, this concept broadened and it was still using for many purpose for contemporary social issues. So next to bring creative and innovation ideas. And further, the author states that the greatest design thinkers have always greatest challenges. So this is to achieve something which was not done before. So the author states that design thinking is begun for people, not for profit. And he also stated the best example which was suitable for this statement. He is sharing this here, his real experience that he has once visited to Madurai Aravind Eye Hospital and he has get a treatment in that, and he says that there was an excellent treatment with a low cost. So by analyzing these concepts, he says that the founder of Aravind Eye Hospital, Dr. G. Venkat Ramasamy, and he has empathized the people who are suffering from eyesight. The people are poor, so he have take a step to recover their vision eyesight problems by these Aravind Eye Hospitals. And he also makes some collaboration with some of the organizations and make the lens with low cost. And the author says another concept, that prototyping. The prototyping is most important in design thinking, which helps to deepen what we know and also finding the impact of what we do. And also he take some topics like taking a human approach. The taking human approach is that design thinker must have to observe the people, how they have behaving, and according to them, if there is any challenges, we need to give some innovative ideas. So by this result, how our idea has been worked out, we need to question ourselves whether does it meet the targeted people, or whether does it create meanings as well as value. So these are the questions we need to ask ourselves after the innovative idea. And we can also go outside the organization and have hire some experts or some specialists like technology and softwares, and even a 14 years old video gamers. And this means that concludes that inspiration is not just by streamlining the progress what we have done existing, it also by stimulating emergency of new idea. And further, finally, the design thinker must ask themselves the question why. The question why will give several and more innovative answers for us. This will help to improving our idea. And finally, I have realized that after reading this book, we helps to change the looking, and we can after
books, Brown talks about a mental matrix. In that client engagement, without ideal stage, there is no process leads to chaos situation. So, in the author's point of view, the organization should have ideal stage. In the divergent thinking, we should need a skills of problem solving and innovation thinking. The solution for the problem should be realistic. In the convergent thinking, we should have, if we have more ideas and more innovative solutions, it will take time to make decisions. And in the culture of optimism, without optimism, the experiment team will be frustrated and they will be second guessing the process what they really want for the management. Without the idea of optimism, the project team will have a power of a design thinking to create the idea with the innovative and provide solutions to the problem. In the dirty and quick prototyping, we use for valuable time to sketching and creating ideas, but the prototype will generate a result in a faster way. And for the more complexity of the problem, as fast as we make our product in a tangible, we can evaluate them, refine them, and there will be zero error in our test solution. And the prototype is used for generating feedbacks, and that will use to the working model. The goal of the prototyping is not to create a working model. When the working model is as soon as intangible, we will use way to the learning the strength, weakness, and learning from this example of the McDonald's. McDonald's is a famous company to use the prototyping and design thinking tools in the space of each space of innovation. So the McDonald's used in customer experience, creating new marketing and new offers. So they created a sophisticated prototyping facility at outside their headquarters, Chicago. There they will test all their prototyping ideas and their creative solutions to the
Talk about the past achievements and the future plans of design thinkers right now. So Google, which was started in, if I'm not wrong, 2007, and Facebook, which was barely found in a two-suit room. Do you think, how did they manage to sustain? How did they manage to be currently maintain their legacy in spite of this past industrial revolutions going on, disruptions, dislocations? How did they manage to stay right now? How did they manage to sustain in the environment, sustain in this market? So have you ever fascinated, have you ever thought of that? So I basically think in spite of this dynamic changes, so what is dynamic is that business get adopted to the recent changes. They get adopted to the market right now. But in spite of that, I think it's basically the humanization concept. So making it useful for the humans, how it is easily accessible to the humans. So how the humans finding it easy. So this is what the humanization concept is all about. And I will also say an example. There is this Peruvian businessman. His name is Carlos Rodriguez, if I'm not wrong. So what he did is he assigned the design thinkers to improve educational institutions. So there in Peru, the educational institutions were facing a huge losses. They were not doing good. But after that, he asked the design thinkers to redesign the organization. Guess what they done? They didn't just sit there and present PPT presentation. They didn't do these things. They just asked the teachers, the principals, the students, especially they said their suggestions. So it is more like a customer co-creation, if I'm not wrong. So right now design thinkers have made a partnership with institutions, organizations for betterment of the environment. They improve sustainability of the products they make it environmentally friendly, so making a long-term goals and gains. So as for conclusion, I say it is not about the product, it is something that humans find easier to use. So always keep improving the design. So don't see, okay, this product is made, so that's no room for improvement. There is no such thing like that. So always redesigning the designs is what real design thinkers does.